Hi, it's me, and I'm starting a new series. How long ago, I do not know, but it's going to be about all the good things that have happened in my life. So no more talking about my health condition. I'm going to talk about all the great things that I've been involved in my life. And God has been so good. Even before I had a relationship with Him, He was taking good care of me. But I'll get into that later. But one of the things that I think are one of my most cherished memories is actually when I worked for the fire department. Now, these stories are not going to be in order at all. It's just going to be whatever I'm thinking of at the time. But anyway, so it was 1986, and I was working for a stock brokerage firm. Very stressful. I had 5 brokers, super tough. It was over my head, to be honest. It was too much for me. But I lasted 3 years. So then my mom calls me and says, Michelle, there's a job for the fire department. And it was a very prestigious city. So she liked that. She would love for me to work for them. And I said, I'll check into it, Mom. And she said, yeah, you need less stress. And it happened to be the city that she lived in. So I lived in Pasadena, so I was just close. But so I said, okay, so I applied, and I had an interview with the deputy fire marshal. And, he prepared me. I hope you're okay with a lot of, sarcasm and men being, funny and being men. And, never have I lived with men so much, so I'm thinking, I can handle it. And he goes, okay, I just want to make sure you're going to be all right. I said, yeah, okay. And he goes, all right, well, I have a couple more people to interview, so I'll let you know. And I said, okay. Well, then, within a couple days, I took a day off from the stock brokerage firm. And my girlfriends and I went to the beach. That was my favorite thing to do. So we go to the beach. I leave a silly message on my voicemail. And while I was gone, Marge calls from the fire department. I wanted to set up another interview. This time it would be with the fire chief. And I just thought, oh no, how embarrassing. Because I was silly stupid on my machine. But so she's thinking, who is this girl? She told me about it later. She thought, oh boy, what are we getting? So I was there for my second interview. I was dressed really nicely, very professional. And Marge goes, oh, you look so pretty. Oh, I like what you're wearing. I said, thank you. I think she was expecting a flake. But anyway, so I had the interview with the fire chief. And all went well. And before I left, they said I have the job. So that was in 86. And I started in fire prevention. Then I went to public education. And then I was Sparky, the fire dog. Man, was that miserable. In the California heat, I'm in this big costume with a Dalmatian dog head, paws and feet, and my uniform. It was so hot. And the poor little kids would just get scared and start running away and crying. Very few would stay by my side, and I felt horrible. But, I did it just like I was supposed to. I went out with the fire crew, and they dropped me off. And I did that for a while. Not terribly long, because thankfully, the fire chief said, that's probably too hot and too miserable for you. And I said, yes, it is. So that was the end of that. So I went from that to fire inspection, which again was over my head. I tried it, but here I am, a 22-year-old naive girl, trying to tell these people with massive money how to take care of their building and writing them up for violations. And they're just looking at me like, just as I thought, you dumb, naive little girl. And so I was in way over my head. So I did. I told the fire marshal, I don't want to do this. And thankfully, well, in a weird sort of way, I ended up getting needed as the secretary to the fire chief. So I went to that next, and all this was a promotion, one step at a time. Each job was a promotion. And then I went to be administrative assistant to the fire chief, who was also the city mayor. And so, yeah, it was good, but it was demanding. There was a lot of work. So that's part 1. Talk to you later. Bye.